everybody. Daryl Ford here. So listen, let me tell you what's been on my heart for a minute. Many of us in the church community have been what I call casual observers of what's been taking place in the political landscape, politics. Now, a lot of us church folks bury our heads in the sand like ostriches and say stuff like, I'm not voting, I'm just going to let God handle it. But really and truly what you're saying, or what these people are saying is, I'm not going to let my voice be heard when it comes to what's going on in my country. And that to me is just another way of saying that you don't care what happens. And you know what? This happens way too often, but in this presidential election in November, you cannot just leave it up to God. Because one of the candidates running for president is applying not just to be president of the United States. He wants to turn the presidency into a dictatorship. And he said it out of his own mouth.
He says, you're not going to be a dictator, are you? I said, no, other than day one.
Now listen to what I'm saying. Yes, God is in control. There's no doubt about that. But God has given you and I an opportunity to voice our choice in politics. It's called the vote. Just like God has given us the responsibility to 12 men and women to act as jurors in deciding the case of the first U.S. president indicted with over 30 felony charges. They didn't say, I'm not going to serve on the jury. I'm just going to let God handle it. Nope. God empowered them with the gift of civic duty, and it is a gift. And they spoke on behalf of we, the people, when they returned with actually it was 34 counts, guilty on all 34 charges. So let me appeal to our leaders in the religious community nationwide. Do we as the church have the responsibility to speak out on what's happening in the political arena? Absolutely. Do we have the responsibility to let congregations know that they have a responsibility and a civic duty? Now understand, I didn't say spiritual responsibility. I said civic duty. And there is a difference. To let our voices be heard at the ballot box. Absolutely. I want to encourage you to exercise your civic duty this November 5th by voting in this, the most important election of our lifetime. Now, maybe some churches believe that the U.S. Constitution has declared the separation between church and state, and so they can't talk about voting or political affairs. And I get it, but it's not true. That's right, I said it. It's not true. Separation of church and state actually is not in the United States Constitution. Separation of church and state came in, the thought or the idea started with Pastor Roger Williams, who founded the state of Rhode Island, actually. And he started the First Baptist Church in America. He called for a separation between the secular world and the sacred church. He believed that mixing the two would cause both to become corrupt, and he was right. I mean, we've witnessed that with the founding of the Ku Klux Klan, which had its roots in religion. It's a violent, secret, fraternal society founded in 1915 in Georgia. And it was designed to maintain white Protestant, by Protestant I mean Baptist, Presbyterian, and Lutheran churches, to consolidate their cultural and political power. And we've also seen that in the Christian nationalist movement. Pastor Williams created a colony where freedom to worship was the right for everybody. Concerned about their status as a religious minority, the Baptist community penned a letter to the President of the United States expressing fear about religious persecution. That president was Thomas Jefferson, and he responded, emphasizing that The First Amendment's free exercise and establishment clauses together built a wall of separation between church and state. So it ain't in the Constitution, y'all. So pastors, you don't have to worry about encouraging your people to vote as a violation of the Constitution. It's not. So what's stopping you from encouraging your members to get out to vote, to go out to the polls? So let me reiterate, November 5th is D-Day, Decision Day for America. If you're not registered, I'm urging you to register to vote today. I'm not telling you who to vote for. In the days to come, I'll share portions of the candidates' records on both sides in order to help you make your decision on who to vote for in this presidential election. Until then, this is Daryl Ford, reminding you that your responsibility is to be responsible, not only in church, but in everyday America. God bless you.